Little update on what I've done. If you remember this crawler and the geisha racing chassis, well, I've been after a hesha chassis. When it first came out, I managed to get hold of one from a guy in New Zealand because he didn't use it. He had the 1 and 2 and he bought a spare and he didn't want it. So I asked him if he wanted to sell it and he sold it to me. So I have, move that, swapped bodies, swapped chassis. I've now put aftermarket metal bumpers on. I've got a low profile servo. I've gone back to the 1080. Now, this may look like TGH gearbox, but it's not. Where was it? AliExpress showed me one of these. Still got 30% overdrive, except that's metal. And it's still got all the hyped up bearings, but it was a fraction of the price. I think it was like $29, which is a lot less in pounds. So I bought one, and it come down with the Delrin skid tray as well. So I've put that engine back on. I've swapped the shocks, but that, and I've taken the front body mounts off because I needed them, and I put a different bumper on the back. So I've swapped. This is still my geisha chassis, but I need axles and everything else. That can go there. I've swapped. And I went to this. Now, I swapped the bumper over, and I went back to my I went back to my Beetle body, but it actually fits in the chassis this time. And now the back's different. I'm gonna have to play with the springs to get a better setup. I think I might move them up to there. Might do. I'm not sure at the moment. But it sits the same. I put the TGH gearbox in. I've shifted stuff across. I had to play with my wiring, and the battery just slides between, and I've still got the JX servo, which is cordless and everything else. And I've just played with the suspension and tilted it back, but it now tilts a lot higher than what it did on the other chassis. So besides the back end, I might need to put a slightly longer drive shaft in because it's getting to the bare maximum. But it sits lower, and still got the 30% overdrive and everything else. I put the body post from the front, so I'm going to have to get some more of those body posts because they are very good. I went back to the old ones, and I've now got my Beetle body back on. I'll play with that in a bit. So everything's lower. So hopefully the geisha chassis was perfect and crawled lovely. But I've always wanted the hesha, and it was because of that back bit curve I loved. But by the time I went to buy one, they were no longer being made. So I was lucky when I found a guy in New Zealand to get it. So yeah, that's what I've done. I tested this. Lights in the way. But it's come a long way. I've still got loads to do, painting and everything else. But I tested it and it went really well. Very impressed with it. So it works. Before I put all the masts and finished all the fine detail and weathering. So that's what that's doing. Apart from that, I haven't got a lot. But I have bought somebody's whole RC collection. I think they got 2 nitros, 1 petrol, several helicopters, and I think a few other little bits and pieces. And I bought the whole collection. So watch for that video. That'll be in the next few weeks. But one of the cars I bought is a beast. It really is huge. Put it this way, it's not going to sit on my bench. And if it does sit on my bench, I'm going to have to clear my bench to get it to sit on the bench. And even then, I think it's still going to sit on the windowsill and the bench. So it's massive. But apart from that, I haven't done a lot. I haven't done a lot at all. I've been busy covering holidays for work. So, yeah. Oh, and I was doing a delivery and I got this as a tip. If you want to know how big that thing is, that's my car. That's a 3D print. It's higher than my car, and it was given to me by a very kind gentleman who is also going to print me a life-size Boba Fett and a Stormtrooper helmet when he gets round to it. So I'm happy. More painting. Yay! Stay safe, guys.